because yeah, I don't know how you feeling like with the since the last full moon and going into this full moon. I don't know how you feel. I don't know what you feeling about it, but what do you what is your days looking like? Is anybody coming around you that ain't came around in a long time?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. People that I reconnected with some people I haven't seen in years, and then also I met some new people, I would say.
Yeah, man, that Scorpio full moon every time, every year that shit is like I don't even want to go nowhere, man. I really feel like that the Scorpio full moon might knock a lot of people out of the ability to even come to the event. I don't know. I don't really want to say that to ruin the confidence of it, but I feel like I know the Scorpio moon that should just be to get through the whole cycle is going to take a lot out of a lot of people, and so people are already so chipped away at and depleted that I'm like, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I wonder, but it's just it's nuts, man. This chick from like 6 years ago hit me up today telling me I wasn't shit. I was like,
That you
damn.
run into.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that just sparked something. Some shit happened. Um, that's funny. Wow. Okay. So that one person I was talking about that I recently ran into, I was gonna say it's funny. I ran into him at like an event, and all the events I go to are definitely. I notice they're always on like a full moon or a new moon or something to do with that. You know, like whether it's a music festival or something. But
Yeah.
also I ran into this chick that I used to date, that I knew from the same time as this other guy, but gas station across the street, and she's just sitting there, and my friend works there, and she goes, hey, your ex is right there. And I'm like, oh shit, like I should probably just get out of here because I don't not want nothing to do with that. And so I left, and then she comes outside calling my name, and then the first thing she said to me was like, she's like, "Whoa, wow, you got shitty dreads, huh?" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, your dreads, they look like shit." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll talk shit to you." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Cause I'll tell you what I think." I'm like, "All right, cool." And then she's just went on about this other bullshit. But it's kind of funny that you said that that chick hit you up saying you ain't shit, because I had that happen.
It was 6 years ago, yo. The ripples be so crazy, yo. That's why I guess I got a bleak outlook on life because I be like, yo, this shit it's so annoying, yo. It's so annoying. Like the things that I gotta do as far as like positioning myself to get money. If I focus on money, like I know the answers to the test, but like it's a different test now. You know what I mean? Like it's a funny thing. Like those
It's
answers
like what
don't
kind of
apply.
money you want, and like what kind of energy you trying to invest to get the money and all that, right?
Well, yeah, it just showed me like how I can make things manifest or whatever, and it showed me the cycle of my energy and like how it comes back and everything. And I just feel like, ah, man, when I focus so much on this, when I use my dream energy so much on money, it's like I don't know. It's like it's just like a different kind. It's so much of my power is used for this thing that's like ultimately for like more so for this dimension
All
and
right, so are
like
you at a point where you're
using
aware of
all
your
these
dreams
dimensions
every
for
night?
this one dimension, huh?
Are you at a point where you're aware of your dreams like every night?
Yeah. And the ones that I don't remember are the ones where I'm vamping people or being vamped. It's like kind of like double-edged sword in a sense. Because
Is it, are you going to sleep differently?
what?
Like, is it a different nights? Like, is it like the way you go to sleep? Is it different on those nights, or
Yeah, I get up like I don't know. I always my first set of dreams is usually the ones I'll miss if I miss any, and then I go back down. Like I usually do from like 9 to 1, and then get up and then like move around or whatever, change my distiller, do some breath work or whatever, and then take my ass back down, and then from like 2 to 5 is when I'll be really dreaming and I'll be really you know communicate with myself better. And like it's yo, it's so crazy, man. I just feel like the ripples are just nuts. Like to them where I'm at this point now where I'm like this focused on something that like is I know it's only like a part of the game, but I'm focusing way too much on just this one part of it. And it's like it's crazy. It's like just a hamster wheel like any other, you know what I mean? It's just a
Maybe there's a reason you're focusing on that part.
well, I mean, like it's just a crazy like that's what I'm saying. Like the ripples is like really like 13-year-old ripples now. Like kind of
Coming
what it
back.
did. Yeah, kind of what it did. You know what I mean? And the chick that hit me up was a Scorpio too. That's how I know. And then like other shit in general in life, I just can feel. You know, first quarter moon usually kind of stressful anyway, and you know, a lot of projection going on, and a lot of thwarted plans and stuff. And fucking, so the chick is a Scorpio. So I was like, oh man, I'm probably it's gonna be a whole season of this shit probably for the next 10 days, 11 days, maybe a little longer, maybe the whole month, but you know, really intensely in the next 10, 11 days, probably or 2 weeks or so. And it's just wild. Like going back, like I remember, like it was crazy. It's just crazy ripples, man. Like at 18, I had to my this coach helped me get in-state tuition earlier than I would have. So then I got to keep my financial aid money and go to school for like in-state tuition because I wasn't from California, I was from Jersey. So I remember like he helped me with that, and then shortly after that, like I took the financial aid money, you know what I mean? I invested in, you know, what we invest in. And so I got into that, right? But I was still trying to do two things at once, kind of. I was like still trying to play football and um, you know, also keep some money going so that like I don't know, just to have money going and and to help other people out, you know what I mean? Because I figured like I could just turn up a bunch of people because I just had like a bunch of raw cash at that point. So then like I don't know, like my man ended up snaking me, and I just was mad that I ever let anybody that close. And like it just be a crazy ripple, like how like that happened. The dude was a villain, and then like ultimately like this shit ended up like spinning back around. A bunch of bad shit happened. You know what I mean? It's like pathway to hell is paved with good intentions. Like I had never intended to hurt nobody, but like bad shit happened. Like the whole
Right.
ripple, I guess, just started. But like bad shit happened, and it's really that's not their problem. You know, the people that get caught up in the collateral damage of it. You know what I mean? In the melee of it, of my problem. But like it was so many things like linked together that just be like, damn, like everything that went wrong could go wrong, and I just feel like everything that can go wrong does, and everything that can go right goes right. It's like and the ripples is just nuts, man. And I just feel like I have different paydays and lost days or whatever. And them Scorpio moons, man, be always like regulating whether it's a Scorpio new moon cycle or full moon cycle, but especially that full moon cycle, yo. A
So
Scorpio
are you
moon every year.
so are you saying that like kind of like the times, the different times of the cycles when you would choose to invest makes a difference?
I just feel like yeah, like Scorpio just regulates the debt. So then like whenever that shit comes back around, it's like whatever you've been doing, if you've been investing in like, you know, holistic health or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just self-improvement or like self-awareness and you know, just improving and enhancing your abilities, I guess. If you invest in that kind of stuff, then and helping other people, then you know your debt that the debt that you know Scorpio is going to regulate is going to be good. You're going to get a surplus. You're going to get a return on those debts, like from life, kind of in a sense, and like, or if you've just been investing the other way into fear or whatever, you get like you get returns. And Scorpio just be like really a gut check, man. Scorpio's the worst, yo. Scorpio full moon's the worst. I mean, because shit be coming back from old shit be coming back, and yeah, man. So like mad shit happened. Like I said, my man snaked me,
It
and then
makes you feel like it's a good thing if I was away from this area.
yeah, but yo, I'm just saying like it's just nuts how like you know you live long enough to see yourself be the bad guy. I don't know if it's automatically the cycle, but um I just felt like my man snaked me, and then I ended up being kind of like my own hero in my own life, like kind of digging myself out of that hole. But I still lost so many opportunities and things because I was trying to play ball, and then like I lost the money, and so then I had to live. I lost a big chunk of my money, so then I had to like live. I was far away too. I'm like 3,000 miles away. I'm not in a way where I could just like regulate things. I'm going to school and shit, taking mad classes, so I couldn't even do nothing. Like I had to just go through the process of taking the loss, and then now my life was like way. I had to be way more frugal, and I was just suffering in mad ways because I was really trying to help people, yo. And it just be like, damn, like as again, I'd be like the tampering thing is crazy. I was trying to help myself. I guess it was a vain way of helping myself, but I just figured it was a nice way to keep some money, like kind of regenerating itself, like consistently, and it be not in a really harmful way. You know what I'm saying? So like, I I just feel like it's crazy how like that happened. The dude snaked me, and then like years later, like the chick that just hit me up, she just mad because like she had loaned me some bread, and then like mad shit happened. Like, and I know it's like it's none of that shit is her problem, but like mad shit happened, yo. And it was like, yo, I can't pay you back, yo. And like I ain't talked to her for like 6 years, and she hit me back about it. I was like, yo, I thought you said you ain't give a fuck. Now you want me to pay you back again because everything is Scorpio full moon for everybody.
Oh, so she kind of relieved you, said like, all right, it's cool now, but then it came back.
She was just like, whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I was trying to beat her, you know? It was everything that could have went wrong. Mad things went wrong with what I was doing. And then like shit that I had tied to with my cousin, he got killed. And then my uncle had a stroke, and then he got robbed, and a bunch of my shit got stolen in that robbery. And I was just like, yo, I can't explain this to people. This is not anybody's problem, you know what I mean? But it all happened within like 30 days. Like mad shit, like went like boop, boop, boop. And I'm just like, damn. Um, yeah, guys, this is you know what I mean. Now I got enemies for life because the way the shit all unfolded, and it's just like, yeah, I can't. I don't know. These are problems that I really can't fix, and I'm gonna have to charge it to the game. People just gonna hate me for life. That's just what it is. And like, it sucks, yo, but that's what it is, yo. It's like it's like it's wild. Like, but I always feel like the Scorpio full moons that should be coming back around, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's wild how when you invest, like whether it's like money or energy, like emotional energy, whatever it be, and you're trying to like help somebody else, and then like you said, it can be vain, how it comes back on you like that.
Yeah, like I wanted to be helpful, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, I was really naive in letting somebody that close anyway. Um so
Yeah, I feel like
I
I've
just
gotten similar lessons with money, and then just like people connections with people, and like all around.
yeah. Nah, I mean, I've been up at different periods and everything, you know what I mean? Be what it, you just know that it's just up and downs with the money thing. But I just know, yeah, like certain shit that people, just because people lose time or whatever, or they lose they feel like they lose confidence in their name because they lost time or something with somebody else. Because it's just like a chain reaction when bad things happen, like and people can't foot the bill, or you just like moving money around to just keep the shit going but it's not possible to keep. You know what I mean? It's like the government. You know, like even
Like,
when you like even when I was having money at the end when everything was spiraling downward, it was like I'm just spending money just to keep this shit going, just to like buy myself another week until this collapses out, and I have to tell everybody, look, I can't. This is over. I was just keeping it. I was keeping a scramble alive for as long as I could.
keeping the ship floating around.
Yeah, it was just like it was. I don't know. It was things I couldn't really. It was nothing I could do, man. Like my uncle went from like able bodied to like he could only move his like left hand or left arm. You know what I mean?
You
And
have a
like,
stroke?
yeah. So he got robbed by the chick he was with, somebody in her family. And so
Dang.
yeah. Yeah. So
Not
like
even like,
yeah, it's whack. Yeah. So yeah, and then yeah, like when that, everything that was mine with my cousin, and when he went down, it was like that's all a loss too. And and then now I had to help pay. Now you gotta all get help pay for the funeral, and then gather people to pay for the funeral, and it's just like it's terrible because it's just like constant loss after loss. It was just so many losses, y'all. I was just like, damn, it's want 2016 to end. 2020, the 2020s feel like it's gonna be the same feeling for the whole decade. I feel like it's gonna be the same. Like, damn, last year was better in some ways, but worse in other ways. I feel like that's how it's just gonna feel acutely for the next, 8 years. Because I'll be feeling like, damn, 2020 was better in some ways, but it was worse, obviously, in other ways. 2021 was worse in some ways, it was better in some ways, and I was like, damn, this is how it's gonna feel probably forever.
man, I wish I could remember my. I mean, I'm kind of backpedaling here, way backpedaling, but I was just thinking that I wish I could remember my dreams as much as you can remember your dreams, because you're kind of talking about having this like kind of physical debt and stuff that weighs on you or whatever, and I'm like, when earlier when you were talking about dreaming, I was like, I remember thinking that I feel like I'm in debt somehow that way because I don't remember my dreams a lot, and or yeah, really most of the time. So I was like, damn, how do I do that? How do I figure that shit out?
That's what I'm saying. Like it just sucks, man. Once the points when I was most in touch with my dreams, I was so shut off from the world. I was mad, like gentle with life, and life was like everything was cool in a sense, you know what I mean? But like it was certain things I was like closed off to. I wasn't even thinking about fucking or nothing. Really not really coveting anything. Kind of just like wanted to read and really kind of just wanted to be and like walk and you know what I mean? Like at different
Were
periods
you
like
happy?
that. Like
Were you like content with that?
yeah, like you know what I mean? In that space, but then like the outside world be like it be tempting me like
Yeah.
I get opportunities and offers to go places and do things and take jobs overseas or something. And I'd be like, damn, I could just transform my body in like 21 days the other way though. And then yeah, and then just end up doing that. And so like I did that a lot of my 20s.
And then you get the sense of like, and then I can just be right back to where I'm at now, but
Yeah.
then don't always make it back to where you were at.
Yeah, a lot of damage gets done,
That's
you
that's
know.
what happened to me, where like I get to a good space, and then stuff tempts you or whatever, and then it's like the idea of like, oh, but I know how to get back there again. It's and but then that road back there is always different. Man, I
Yeah.
hate when I learn a lesson and then I just like kind of ignore it, and then life teaches me it again harder.
Yeah. But when you be in touch with your dreams though, it's like so hard to miss the lessons. It's almost like you just want to go back to like controlling like and repeating experiences out of comfort. Because I feel like the more that you get in touch with your dreams, the more like that you go into like the unknown or things that you might not be comfortable with, learning new things and like doing new things. And I don't know. I feel like when I be in touch with my dreams, I'll be really content with the work end of it, like just the reading, and then once I digested it, sharing it. You know what I mean? But like when I had to focus more on the money, then I'm using all this time in my dreams for money. You know what I mean? To connect with people for consultations for you know what I mean, or for books. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like
Oh, so you
it's
feel
just
so that's what you do, like in your dreams, you use that to manifest that.
yeah, and I feel like it's a waste to use my dreams that way, and then my waking life I got to use time to post online when I could just be learning something and doing something physically enhancing my life and making ends meet. Like you know what I mean? Like in certain ways, like it just like it don't. it don't make sense as far as like what experience should I be having? You know, what should I be really doing right now? Should I be looking at my phone? You know, or should I be like learning how to like vertical garden or something? You know, like
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yep, the constant struggle. Should I work on my like? What should I be working on right now?
yeah, and
There's
it's
so
like,
many things.
yeah, but I gotta keep the machine going, so I gotta get this money, so I can keep having space and time to keep the machine going, so that I can, have
That's why when the
dreams.
splash shop opportunity came my way, I was like, yeah, just do it.
Whatever will give me enough time to sleep whenever I want to and wake up whenever I want to and do like I mean that's all I really give a fuck about, you know what I mean? That autonomy to be like, I'm not I fuck time. I'm working around, pretty much my dreams and
Yeah.
like prioritizing like that. Like I don't know, I feel like I don't know, I spend a lot of time priming my body so I can dream better.
Are your
So
dreams different depending on the hour?
yeah, for sure, man. They're more emotional dreams from like 2 to 5. I feel like, you
Do you
know,
have control over them? At like, how much control would you say you got over your dreams, or are you just kind of going for rides, or what? Like,
I feel like I'm pretty much doing the same thing, like relative to whatever the dream is, like it's like just like I'm posting and spreading the word. It's like it's kind of like the same thing. I'm infiltrating in the dream. I'm probably just, you know what I mean, just performing Inception, bouncing, like, you know what I mean, like talk to myself. You know what I mean. I feel like I get the whatever the goal is pretty early. It's like capture the flag or something. Whatever the concept of the dream, whatever's going on in the dream. You know what I mean? If I'm in a city and I'm moving through a crowd or something, and I gotta get from A to B to do a thing, it's all like the same shit I'm doing now, but like either at a different pace. Like either it's fast or slow, different time period, whatever. Riding horses. Running with shoes with buckles on them, stuff like that.
running with shoes with buckles on them? What?
Now, like I've had dreams like where it'd be like colonial times and people be having like the the big poofy dresses and the chicks, you know what I mean, and the dudes be having the buckle shoes, looking like pilgrims and stuff, basically.
Right. So that would make sense if you were seen into like some sort of maybe alternate or past life, and that correlating with having like the cycle, like things cycling back around.
Yeah, and I feel like the more that I fast, the more that I'm like in the driver's seat of the dreams. You know what I mean? Like then if I was having more solid foods and not taking breaks from calories, like I feel like I don't really be in the driver's seat of the dream. The dreams be like more emotional, and I'm not getting the visuals of the dream. I just get the gist of it emotionally. And I know a lot of people not even like emotionally inclined like that, or emotionally intelligent enough to decode the emotions of their dreams. You know what I mean, or why they might be in emotional funk upon getting up. I be always knowing like how I feel. I just know from my breath too. Yeah, I be knowing I had a stressed out dream especially if I don't remember it and I wake up in a certain kind of breath pattern. I was like, oh shit, yeah. You know what I mean? Something got my energy there. I was getting leached there. You know, it's like so much of you is like fragmented in all these dreams. Like if you got a bunch of lives in a video game or a bunch of like saved profiles in the video game and like one is at a certain level, one's another one, and they're all just like you just constantly either getting killed in those different levels or whatever and like respawning. And so it's like almost like a fragmentation in a sense, like because it's all like going on concurrently. You know what I mean? It's all like happening at the same time. All the layers are happening at the same time. So it's like
Right, and even in
somewhere,
the same place.
yeah, somewhere I'm just in a slumber, in a slumber, in a slumber.
Yeah,
And it's only been like 10 minutes.
like a DMT trip,
Yeah, and I'm just knocked the fuck out. And my life is turning to shit probably though. And I'm just having
like
dreams
a
of this
dream.
like,
So a dream within a dream, basically. Because I've had that. I remember. Uh, like waking up in a dream and then like waking up again and being like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I feel like I guess you just
I lost you there.
I am my bad. Somebody called me. I said I
Oh,
guess it all just gets I guess it all just gets consolidated. Like, you know what I mean? I think all the dreams get collapsed and get consolidated. Like if you start to align with
you know what's wild? I don't know. Can you hear me? Yo.
yeah.
Oh, you know what's wild is every time that happens, the sound that it makes because it happens while you're talking, it kind of sounds like that sound from the movie The Matrix when that like silver shit is taking him over. That like you know, it reminds me of that. It's kind of funny because
Yeah.
enough talking, but yeah, I forget what you were saying now.
No. So no, I think it all gets collapsed though. I think it all gets consolidated. All the dreams I feel like get you align with that true you, and then like everything starts to their likes attract, and then you just start to consolidate the dreams. You just wake up in this life, and they become one. You know, the dream and this life in a sense. And then I feel like even from that point, it's like that's like just getting back to zero. Like, all right, cool, I've aligned with myself now. Now I still got to get back to the source of myself. You know what I mean? And like that's what that's where I feel like we're at. It's like a this is almost like a coma. You know what I mean? Or like a dream within a dream within a dream. I feel like this is definitely it's not stable enough. You know what I mean? Everything's so stupid. You know what I mean? Like in Inception, every time they would go down in the dream levels, each level down would be less stable. And it'd be like, remember the train would just be running through the city out of nowhere. It was just out of place. Everything was out of place. It was chaos. It was riots in the streets and stuff. And I feel like yeah, like this is just a fucked up dream. And it's on a loop. And it should just keep repeating. And it's like you just gotta realize yourself so that whenever this this shit concludes for you personally, you can go return to the source of this dream and then get back to the source of you know yourself. That's what I think. I don't think that I feel like it's definitely multiple layers. We're not like one layer down in this dream. That's how I feel.
Right. Right.
Like it definitely feels like I always wonder like if those dreams where you move slow, if those are dreams where you're underwater. But then
I
like
remember having that when I was younger. I haven't had a lot of dreams like since I've been older, but I remember when I was younger, I had a dream at my parents' house and someone was chasing me like across a side yard and I couldn't run. It was like I don't know, it was wild. I was like doing the motion, but I was in slow motion.
yeah.
But yeah, that and I hated that. I was like, fuck that.
It's always like you're getting attacked too and you can't swing as hard as you want. That's how it always feels, I feel like on those slow dreams.
That's
But yeah, but I feel like I guess if your natural state is just to be able to teleport, then being walking around would feel like that. You know what I mean? Like the way those dreams feel like to us now is the way this dream would feel like if you're in a teleporting level. If you come from that, if your consciousness is on that level where you can teleport, you be like, damn, now I gotta fucking walk over there. I gotta get in a car and fly.
I mean, that's kind of how you feel like when you come back to your body off of like DMT or something. You're like in your body, like, oh, wait, I gotta like move my limbs.
I know. It's so nice not having to care about the human things for a moment there. That's my favorite part of psychedelics. For a moment there, I forget about being human.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my favorite part. I'm like, oh shit, that's right. That's right. This is only temporary. Yeah, man. But nah, I was just man. I was just saying like I don't know how your life has been, man. So I don't really know. I haven't really asked you anything as far as deceit and treachery and people and things coming back, bad karma, good karma. But Scorpio moon, man, I just felt like I had to check in on that one. I can't upload another video though, because I can only upload 11 videos on YouTube in a day.
Oh, really?
Uh, yeah, and I just uploaded a bunch of videos that was like older videos from my bit shoot just to get them on the YouTube because they just wasn't on there. And
Oh,
then yeah,
that's fine. Everything will happen when it's meant to happen. Then, reason
yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Gonna be an
Um,
interesting. I think the next 7 days, man. Oh shit, like I said, next 10 days, 11 days, gonna be intense, man. Shit coming from behind.
like this morning, I woke up and the very first thought was like, man, I need to quit getting high, like smoking weed. Oh, actually, not even smoking weed, just dabbing, basically. A
Yeah,
little bit of vaping weed too, but I don't know. That was like my first thought, but I just have some on hand, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything with this, and it'll just sit here otherwise. And I'm like, all right, let me just use this up. So I've just been kind of being wicked irresponsible with it and getting really high and hoping that I get sick of it again because that's what happened to me last time. Because yeah, I don't know, I got a problem with weed, I guess, to where it's not as easy to stop as I would think, and then it's wicked easy to stop once I do it to a point to where I don't even enjoy it anymore.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. Like I don't know why like some trauma has to happen, or I have to take like 2 ounces of shrooms or some dumb shit like that to forget that I'm human long enough to like let go of the 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 grippage of the grief. You know what I mean? That's like the only thing that has really stopped me for long periods since I got limes. Long periods of weed stoppage was just either having RSO capsules, doing 8+ hours of breath work a day, or fucking a large dose of shrooms making me be like, all right, I'm done. I don't need to keep hurting myself.
I can see
Yeah,
that. For me,
yeah,
last
that,
time I just was smoking so much until it started making me like get wicked paranoid, and I really didn't identify with that way of thinking. So I was like, wait, this is not me. And then I got in this like fight with myself, and I felt like I don't know. Every time I would smoke weed, I'd have all these thoughts, and but I didn't identify with the thoughts, and I felt like I was fighting the law of attraction at that point, because like what you think about and all that stuff, and yeah, and I just felt like I was going crazy. I couldn't wait to not be high anymore. And then yeah, I stopped smoking weed for almost 2 years. That was easy. And then one day I was like, let me just try it out, see how it works. And
yeah, yeah, I was messing with Rosa too. She was sober. She didn't get high. So anytime I mess with a chick that don't get high too, I'd be like, oh yeah, you know what? Why would I even get high? You right.
right.
If I have somebody, if it's somebody already in that mind, and I like really like being around them, then it'd be like easier, way easier.
And I don't think I was smoking at that point either.
No, he
When you,
wasn't.
yeah,
I didn't get high again until I came back up there after my surgery on my spine, and fucking I hit the weed with Ange. We hit it at the vape box, and I was like, I hadn't really been in my body like that, like in my feelings. I just been taking acid and just being sober, and
yeah.
I didn't really want to take painkillers, so I was just taking acid because it made me I don't feel pain on acid. So like,
That's that. Yeah. Thanks.
yeah. So I remember I vaped that weed out your little box or whatever, and that shit sent me like directly into my body. My body was just like, yeah, bitch, We got some splaining to do. Like, yo, that sh- that shit was crazy. It was like total like reconciliation with my body.
Yeah,
You
man,
know?
that vaporizer is nice. That's actually what I've been using. It's the Boundless CFX. If anyone wants to look that up, but yeah.
No, that shit. My body be feeling like a scorned woman. My body be like, what? So you just gonna fuck this bitch like this? You just gonna smoke this weed like this or hit this vape like this? You know what I mean? My body be feeling like a scorned woman, yo. You know what I mean? I really that's how I
Yeah.
feel. I feel like the immaterial or the masculine part of me or whatever, the yang, is like, ah, whatever. Yeah, let's do what we do. You know what I mean? And my body just be feeling betrayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
definitely.
sucks.
Definitely.
But nah, man, I don't know. I really ain't got it in me no more to fight my own body no more. It's like I'm waving a white flag to myself.
So what about you? You been still using the weed here and there, or how you been doing with that?
Oh man, yeah. I'm still hitting the vape. You know what I mean? I know I'm not gonna be able to be not sober through the event and my brother coming here. I know it's not even like
Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. When certain people are around, you can't not like, especially if you want them to be there. It's like if you weren't smoking, they probably wouldn't even show up.
yeah, man. And some people come in here,
Not even that would be the reason why. It's just a weird like vibe thing. I don't know.
yeah, some people come in here in like a week, you know what I mean, or like five. Somebody coming on the 8th, like a bunch of people gonna gradually speckle in, and so I'm not even gonna be able to really be sober. I need to buffer I'll be buffering myself from my own emotions and from other people. So,
Oh damn,
yeah,
they come in that early on the 8th.
it's gonna be like a trickling in of people, and then it'll be like that last week. It'll be the most people coming in. I'm gonna try to get everybody parked the night before,
So,
like I
so
did
some
last.
people are setting up camp for a minute anyway.
Yeah, it's
Like
nice. It'll be
that's cool. That'd be a cool little peek into some sort of community or whatever going on there.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see what
Wasn't that the idea?
Yeah, we'll see, you know what I mean? Like if it's plausible, if we have the ingredients to do that or what, you know what I mean? Yeah. You're like, yeah, we making this community and all of us play the clarinet. That's all we know how to do. We gonna make this community and all we do is make moccasins. Nobody knows how to do anything else.
Everybody's doing breath work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. You gotta have people doing everything.
We turn it. Yeah, that's when it turns into a monastery where you just kind of yeah.
Yeah, man. That's why we need Gus and the like. Anybody like a Gus? We
Dude,
need Ting.
I don't even know what I'm like.
I mean, you're a mechanic, man. You know how to do shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know how to do shit.
And if I
A
don't
lot of
know
people
how
don't
to,
know how to do shit and don't even want to know how to do shit.
yeah, yeah, they're like, don't even want to give it a shot.
It's like part of it. I know how it is though. It's like anything. It's like when you be trying something new as a kid, and you be like, "Oh man, if I really like it but fail, then that means I got work to do." And people be scared, and then just scared of doing the work.
I
But
think that is
and
taught. I think kids are also always so excited to do shit, even if they fuck up, and then parents are just like, "Oh no, don't do that because you're gonna fuck up, and then you're gonna be upset that you fucked up. So just don't even try at all." I feel like that's the general consensus.
damn, yeah.
Which is sad. Man, they really target kids at
Yeah, I mean, if they can traumatize you young and infect you with certain ideas young, you banged up.
right? I can't even imagine like what they're pumping in kids' minds and cartoons and shit these days.
Yeah, man, a bunch of fucking trans stuff.
say I can actually, but probably don't even want to bother talking about that.
I know, right? Get the video deleted because you're just not even allowed to say things.
Yeah, it's not worth like it's. Man, so today, right? All I've heard today, like last night and today, or all I've seen anytime I like open a social media app is about this
Abortion.
yeah. See, what happened.
Yeah. Nah, Roe versus Wade. Nah, man. It's not even like nothing really happened yet. They leaked the judge's Supreme Court justice's notes that they would likely overturn Roe versus Wade so that it would be a state's issue and not a federal issue. And it
So
doesn't mean that
they're
that
mad that the
abortion.
states have the choice.
Yeah, they want to be able to murder babies in all 50 states.
But it sounds like, I mean, I feel like it should be left up to the state because it sounds like more freedom if it's not just like the government's one word over everyone, and they're mad about that.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then you got states like California flying bitches in to get they baby sacrificed to the queen parasite. You know what I mean? And Amazon too, I heard up to 4,000 they'll spend to send you to some place where that does it. Anywhere, you know what I mean? If you gotta travel far to go get your, you know what I mean, murder your baby and sacrifice it. Uh,
I wonder
yeah.
what the statistic is again. You know how everyone knows the argument. The girl that this happened and that happened to. I wonder how many of those people, versus how just are having haphazard abortions. You know,
Yeah, I mean, it should be like if it's going to be a state's issue, and then you'll have like New York and California will be like the abortion centers, and if people want to get abortions, they're going to have to go out of their way to get an abortion. You know what I mean? It just like it shouldn't be fucking like express lane. I mean, if you live in an area where people generally don't like that around you, or what can you say? You need to go to California and New York if you want to have random sex and let people skeet off in you. You know,
so
like
have you been in uh what's the word? I don't know, like towns or cities or just different areas where um you know have you been places where like abortion is illegal, so you would see like more kids around and then seeing what that just like looks like there, and then been in a place where it is and then what that looks like there? Is that
well,
different?
I mean, I've been in other countries where it's illegal, and yeah, like where people would be just generally virgins until they're 25, and like it's a certain gentleness that gets preserved in the society
There's
when
more
people.
mindfulness with their choices, right?
Yeah, it's different, totally different way of looking at things. I mean, it has its downfalls, obviously, but I mean, I I feel like just not having abortion available to people, like like for anything. I mean, outside of incest and rape, I feel like you should be able to get an abortion for incest and rape.
Yeah, exceptions would make a lot of sense to like have it not accessible, but have exceptions. That would make a lot of sense. How hard is
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you don't see anyone given that sensible option.
yeah, and it's only like 1% of abortions is incest or rape abortions. Most of them is just chicks using them for birth control.
So if when you were in the other cultures that were like that, did you notice that they were less sexualized, like overall, like the society, like just with I don't know, media, like everything around there, or would you say it's the same, like similar?
I feel like people still hypersexual kind of because like American porn is everywhere, but
Right.
the engagement that the way that the sexes talk to each other is more respect. It's more childlike. It's like almost like eighth grade. I mean, it's like grown, but like eighth grade though. Isn't it funny?
I mean, it's hard. What do you mean, like eighth grade?
Like like where you would just like you're not really trying to just nail her on the first night. Like you just gonna hold her hand maybe and kiss her or
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah. I
mean?
think you're saying there's more, yeah, a little more chivalrous or something.
Yeah, but in eighth grade we was fucking though. So I don't know. I'm just saying like it's just like man, it's just funny how it is. I you can't really force things on anybody, but I just feel like just from my observation that it just be once you people not gonna be held accountable, man. You're gonna have a bunch of people that you know they're not really being held accountable for their actions in a sense. It's just they're gonna pay for it another way, but it's not like you have a kid and then you take care of your responsibilities. It's not like that. It's like now you got to
Right.
just now you got this massive debt. You might have to reincarnate to deal with that.
Well, you want to hear what I just actually came to mind is it's all a lot of women and like any guy speaking of it's like a women's issue, abortion, right? That's what they it's like all about women. I feel like a lot of it is actually has to do with men because if abortion is like such like a easy option, like men are way less accountable for their end of it. Cuz like a woman wouldn't need an abortion if a man wasn't nutting. So, like, what about that part? I feel like, you know,
Yeah, nah. And then like on the other side of it too is like, what if the dude wants to have a baby and they or maybe they both said they wanted to have a baby, amidst the sex maybe, and then the chick now she wants to get an abortion. That's not really her decision to make. He should be a part of that. It's still his seed, you know what I mean? But they,
yeah.
you know, it's like it's crazy. You look at it like, do you have a right to life? And then people are like, yeah, I can't murder you right now. But like, yeah, well, what the fuck do you look at abortion as?
Well, it's because people want to pretend like we're civilized, but I mean, we kind of just pretend to be civilized. Like for some reason we can't just like outright get rid of a rapist, but
I mean,
you
certain
know,
shit is just like immensely hostile though, but it's like casual hostility. It's like when people be eating, you know, the flesh that they eat or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like it's a lot of hostility really going on. It's just casual and like rationalized. You know what I mean? Like people just putting death on their plate and then eating it and going through the whole process. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot. That's the whole scene is violent, but it's just it's like a controlled violence, like a controlled rape.
oh yeah, and I feel like we absorb that energy. I think people get tricked into, oh, okay, this kind of ties into your saying about like, what my karma's been like and stuff. I feel like this ties into karma because like when the animals are killed and all that stuff and then we buy it, we're kind of like tricked into buying their karma and taking on that karmic debt.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's the whole bait and switch thing too. It's right, just like they constantly just have a human shield to use to absorb the karma with, and then they just move. The parasite just moves to another host.
I didn't realize that like I had so much anger in me until I stopped eating meat, and I wasn't even really an angry person. But then I stopped eating meat, and I was like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Like I was just so much more chill. It's wild
Yeah,
how you can feel the emotions, how you can feel the things that the animals go through when you eat it.
yeah, I would definitely be more inclined to sadness for sure.
And anybody that does psychedelics and then eats food, like you're way more inclined to like realizing that like you're in touch with like yourself and like also separated from these emotions that aren't you, and you kind of just get that perspective that new perspective that you need to be like, oh shit, like this stuff is affecting me. I didn't realize that food affected me for the longest time. I didn't think it had. I just thought it was stuff I needed to consume to keep going, and you know like I just was putting gas in a car, and but I didn't think about what kind of gas. It was just any gas. Heck, maybe I put water in it. It didn't even matter. I just was like putting food in, and I never thought about it. It was wild to me how programmed I was at one point, or just how lost, really.
Yeah, it's really just like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And people just constantly just get. It's almost like the chicken, constantly getting head cut off and then not realizing itself, head cut off, head cut off, head cut off. Kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? Because it's like you eat the garbage. It's like a microcosm of reincarnating, waking up, and then dying and getting all your memories wiped because you don't remember none of your dreams really because they're going to be horrific if you're going to go to sleep with a bunch of death on your body.
I feel like I'm dying every night I go to sleep and wake up. Like I don't even know.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
man.
wake up in the same reality, and sometimes I'm like, all right, this is definitely a different one.
Yeah, man, that'll affect you. Mm. Yeah, man. Good
So
stuff,
far though,
man.
I'm not really complaining about the ones that I'm shifting around to.
Yeah, man. My dreams is mainly at this point, like I know like I'm just slacking. You know what I mean? And I'm just in my dreams fucking holding up billboards for consultations and stuff. And it's like, what the fuck? Basically. You know what I mean? Essentially is what I'm
Yeah, I was just picturing that.
spending my time connecting with people so that I can wake them up so that they go to my Instagram and hit me up.
What does that look like for you?
uh
Because that's some powerful shit. That's like,
usually like it's kind of the same in the sense that like the dreams kind of go through a course like a day goes
are
through
you
its course.
directing the people though, or like how's that work?
Like the day, I don't know how I be knowing. I guess just being more yourself in that level. But like I'll be put myself in places, or I'll leave out of a room, or go out into an area, and then I know who to go up to, or they come up to me just because I put myself in the area, and they
And
come
these
up.
are people that like are in this reality here as well.
Yeah, they come up to
And then
me. It's like fucking Black Mirror or like the metaverse basically. They come up to me, they give me like a handshake or something, and they'll be like, it's like $50 for a consultation, right? Or something to that effect. Or $50 for the books, right? And, something like that. And it's pretty much like an agreement. And then I wake up to them in my DM, you know, because
wow.
they get more, yeah, because they be more awake and they get more they get more access to their dreams because like I'm just like
All right,
tapping on their shoulder, waking them up.
so have you asked them like have you talked to them about that afterwards and been like, did you just have this like are they aware of this?
Um, I feel like females be more aware because a lot of dudes be busting nuts.
I remember I hit you up one time and a couple times, and I was like, "Dude, you were just in my dream," and I forget what it was, but it was always, it was relative in the time, and I forget your response, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was,
I
but
feel like dude, yeah, if you got control of your nut, then the dude, I probably connect with those dudes more. But
so you feel like that happened? Like, how long is this? Is you been doing this for? I don't know how long I've been talking to you for.
yeah, I mean, like since I met Pharaoh, like it's like a
Oh
learned
yeah, yeah,
behavior.
yeah. Right, right,
Somebody
right.
somebody do it to you, and now you kind of learned how to do it because it got done to you. It's like if you just get enslaved, like you're like, oh, I know how to do this now. I know how to enslave people.
Yeah, literally though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of what it's like. And yeah, so I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I don't be malevolent. I keep my prices down. You know what I mean? I don't be trying to be like these other motherfuckers out here charging
Right.
3600 for a weekend. Because they want to go somewhere, try and go somewhere off somebody else's dime.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, man. I feel like I keep the prices low so it's affordable so anybody can get it, and then it's a lot of free shit. So sometimes I just redirect people to the YouTube because
And that's wild. I wish we had the rapport back then, so I could have had this sort of conversation with you back it had happened with me. Because I don't know, it just makes me curious to know if you had like remembered doing something along that line, like along those lines. Because it, I remember your response was kind of like that you weren't surprised about it at all. Like you're just like yeah, like I don't know. I think that's
yeah.
super
Uh,
im-
it-
impressive, and I'm like I. I don't know.
It's something about being alone though, man. When you be isolated, like when you're just remote out here, man, it ain't nobody around me for miles. You know what I mean? It's people out here, but they're all like at least a mile away, or maybe the closest, maybe it's a person a half mile away. So like, um, if something's coming to me, I like even if it's a message or a phone call or somebody physically coming to me, like after being up here in isolation so long, like you can literally like feel it. It's almost like the winds change or something. You can feel the shift, like as people head up the mountain to see you, or if you feel a call coming or a text, like it's like or a message, DMs or something. That
Yeah.
shit, you feel it coming just because you're you, and then you can kind of feel like something's on its way, like the pressure almost like I guess there's space inside of me to receive whatever is coming. So I recognize that, and then I can just see just from it's like you see, like they say, you saw you coming from a mile away. That's kind of how it
Yeah.
feels like being in isolation like that. I just know certain mornings based on the way that I rested or the way that I recharged, rather, that it's gonna be people in my DM. But if I skip a step or don't do something right, I'm like, nah, it's gonna be scattered throughout the day. Now it's not all concentrated like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still here. I was just thinking.
yeah. Um, Man, it'd be nice if you come out so you can let me know what's all wrong with my bike.
Yeah, I forgot about that thing. What's up with it?
I don't know, man. It was just sitting in Phoenix for 2 years while I had Lyme disease and couldn't really bend my knee enough to be on a crotch rocket.
Is it still apart, like when you put it in your car, or what?
No, no, no. I just threw it in the pickup the
Oh, it's
last time I
together.
went. Yeah, and picked that little bitch up.
It probably needs a battery, some fresh gas, some carb cleaner, or like, and starting fluid, air in the tires.
They're brand new tires.
Yeah, it might just need some air, but yeah,
Yeah,
we'll fuck with it. Yeah, when I'm there, we'll get it running. But then I'll be like, shit, I don't got a bike. You only got one there, right?
yeah, but maybe I get my money up, and get a bike. Maybe should work out to where I get another little crotch rocket. We could ride together. We could be like chips.
I
But
never rode in California with like that lane splitting and shit. People be wild out there though. It looks like.
it is wild, and the potholes is mad reckless sometimes. But California, man, beautiful sights to ride the bikes through.
I don't really worry about potholes. Like I got potholes, like so many potholes up here. I just go around them on a bike. You can kind of bob and weave them.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like California just got some bad areas of the highway. You know what I mean? And so it's just all it'd be fucked up, like all together, like Egypt. But uh, what I was gonna say was, yo, man, like if you riding on the West Coast, man, you ride Harleys too. That should be so fun, man. If I had a Harley, if I had that style of bike out here. I like the curves though on the crotch rocket. I like the curves. It just gets too sandy sometimes, and then I get scared.
Oh, dude, I take fucking wicked hard turns in Harleys. I scrape the shit out of my floorboards.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ride a Harley like it is a crotch rocket, but
you know how to
yeah.
play with it. Yeah, you know how to play with that thing. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I just
Uh,
got this. Just I don't know if I told you. I just got this electric motorcycle, and I never thought I'd have one of these, but I ended up getting a good deal with it on it. Like trading, I traded some stuff I had for it. So it's a 2017 thing. Only goes like 110 miles an hour, but it does 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. It's ridiculously fast. Been
yeah,
having a lot on that,
I mean, if it's on two wheels, I ride it. I don't care if it's electric.
right? I haven't been having to put gas in it, so that's sweet. Like this is a bit cheaper. I'm not all self righteous like I'm saving the planet. driving this fucking electric motorcycle.
Yeah. No. No, I mean whether you either way, if you ride a regular motorcycle, you're saving a lot of gas, probably. You know what I mean? A lot of it's still pretty cool.
The electric bike though, there's like nothing you gotta do to it. There's no maintenance, there's no carburetors, there's nothing. And so that part is pretty good. I mean, there's like, brake pads and shit, but you don't have to fuck with that really ever. Rarely, like once every 20,000 miles or something.
How much does it weigh?
Pretty heavy. It's like 800 pounds.
Oh, that's crazy. I was not expecting that. I was expecting you to say like 4.
Nah, it's like 776. It's a full size.
Yeah, but still,
100.
but if you got like a 1,000 right now, that shit ain't gonna be more than 400 pounds. Like if you got a R1,
Really?
them shit is light.
This
Scary
thing's the
light.
weight of this thing's the weight of a Harley. Like Harleys that I drive are the same weight as this thing.
Yeah, even the small Harleys be heavy.
Yeah, like 6.
Yeah, but shit. I guess it's a cool podcast, man. I know we getting into regular shit now.
Oh yeah, you want to finish it?
Yeah.
All right.